Look at the picture. See the skull. Visible Frankenstein controls. The Brain Thoughts broadcasting radio. The Frankenstein earphone radio. The latest new skull reforming to contain all Frankenstein controls.
Today's episode of Frankenstein Control was brought to you by Strokes Beagle Rescue. That's right. Since 1905, Grandpa Bertram Vinegar Strokes has seen fit to take care of all of the elderly beagles that find themselves homeless in the country.
Uh-huh. all the elderly beagles taken care of by Grandpa Bertram Vinegar Strokes.
Old Strokey, as he's known by his family and friends, has been taking care of beagles. This hurts. My stomach hurts.
He's been taking care of these old beagles, giving them a new home, a new purpose, new things to go at.
In fact, old Vinegar Strokes once said the most pleasant sound in the world is
It really soothes your nerves.
Yeah.
It really does.
I can't go to sleep without hearing.
Nothing beats walking down the street in the middle of the night, taking out your garbage, and you walk by one of your neighbor's doors and comes from it. I tell you, you need to go to the West Virginia mountains. Look on the tip top, and you'll see the 150,000 foot beagle atop the Appalachian Mountain.
As it blots out the sun.
As it eclipses the sun and makes Elon Musk cry, and you look at that beagle and you go, oh! Stop by, say hi to a beagle, to one of Vinegar Strokes' beagles. Good old Granddaddy Bertram Vinegar Strokes. He's coming on down. He's sloshing down. He's got all the spunk in the world to take care of them doggedy doos. Oh, the beagles, the most royal of hounds. They cannot howl, but they cannot bark, but they can bay. And oh, do they bay.
The giant fucking beagle has like a horn system embedded in it, like Helm's Deep. So like, you imagine this scene, let the horn of Helm Hammerhand sound in the deep once more. That is some of the Urukai running.
That's the soundtrack. It's fucking John Williams' soundtrack. I don't know who did the music for Lord of the Rings.
It was William John.
It was William Johnson. President William Johnson.
I was trying to say that guy who did the sad music for Up, but I couldn't, and then the episode of Lost.
Henry Mancini.
Whatever his name. I came up with Paul Giamatti. That's all I could come up with.
No, that was Creaking Out a Heater. That's different. That was a different film.
And also the movie Shoot 'Em Up that I loved when I was 17 and now realize was,
I never saw Shoot 'Em Up.
It's a violent action movie. It has lots of generic henchmen in it, which I really like because I am one. But there's just a lot in that movie that 31-year-old me is like, oh boy, that's cringeworthy. And
that's the experience with a lot of movies. That, you know,
most of them, in
most
fact.
movies and properties. It's why Ada hasn't watched Rugrats again. That's
frightened too.
Definitely an instance of that I know you've mentioned before.
Yeah,
I'm frightened too, and not just because things like "I'm not Tommy" will still scare me.
It's just one of those things where I fondly remember watching it as a kid, and I know
want to keep it pure.
Yeah, I want to keep it pure. I know if I try to watch it now, I'm just gonna be like, oh, this sucks. This is boring. Why did I like this?
Because it was glowing thing on the TV that your parents sat you in front of.
I guess.
Rocko's Modern Life is a good example of a show that only gets better with age.
And also still scares me.
Like a fine wine. And yes, also, it's why B-Rai no longer goes out into the kitchen to get milk in the middle of the night naked. There's an episode where they spy on Rocco in the middle of the night getting milk and he's nude.
Sometimes you just gotta have
they
midnight
show the video to like some underground film club.
That's Wow, they let him do that?
Yeah.
Nickelodeon let him do that.
Well, I mean, they had the black censor bar around Rocco's non-existent junk because he's a cartoon character. No cartoon character has private parts unless it's Fritz the cat, where you draw him that way because you want to titillate the audience with chubby cat tits. Ralph Bakshi is a groundbreaking animator.
They should have gotten him to direct last year's Cats movie. Then it would have at least been good.
I would have liked to have seen that, actually.
Yeah.
Remember how bad that movie was and how everyone hated it and how everyone's like collective conscious of it like was completely eclipsed by the Ravir pandemic? Like
Pretty much.
nobody thinks about it anymore or even remembers that it happened.
Yeah.
It's absolutely insane. Just like how quickly... Like, if Ravir hadn't happened, I think we'd still be making fun of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, there's a lot more... There's a lot worse issues at hand.
Ravir was practically in it.
That was the precursor. It was trying to warn us.
Yeah.
It's trying to warn us of the pants-stealing cat man.
I don't know any songs from Cats well enough to make them about pants theft with improvised lyrics like I normally like to do and be funny.
Yeah.
All I know is memory.
And
That's-
a cat is not a dog.
And also, we are the rats. We're rats.
I'm the big rat that makes all the rules.
There was, I think it was fucking Super Mega. And I probably even told this
The
story.
Rum Tum Tugger
Yeah,
thing? Can't say that, you get demonetized.
Yeah, you're pretty sure you can't say Rum Tum Tugger on the YouTube. Oh, that's funny.
It sounds, at both points, it sounds like a slur and like a gross sex act.
It does. It's just a bad time. I was wrong in that apparently the story in Cats was like a really old book or something.
It was made from a collection of poems.
Yeah, that's what it was. I straight up thought it was just like Andrew Lloyd Webber huffed a bunch of paint and came up with that shit in 1984
That
or
isn't
whatever
what
the
happened?
fuck. No, it was poems.
Well, I knew it was poems. It's just...
I'm pretty sure there was some paint huffing
Yeah,
going
there was
on.
some paint huffing involved when he came up with the concept of jellicle cats.
Yeah.
He sniffed a bunch of paint, passed out, woke up at a furry convention. Which, by the way, if none of you guys have seen the Down the Rabbit Hole episode on furries, it's actually very educational.
Really?
I saw that and I didn't watch it for what should be obvious reason.
Well, I mean, this is Down the Rabbit Hole.
I know. He's always good.
Yeah.
He's always good.
No, it like goes through the history of like, you know, I'm sure all of us have asked at one point or another, where the fuck did furries come from? And the quick answer is, Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Disney movies. But like that Down the Rabbit Hole episode goes into way more about how it's come to this and like the origins of it and just
Those French cave paintings have people drawing themselves as animals and asserting that they were their true selves and to refer to them as that.
on every level but physical. I am Wolf.
Ooga booga, this me sona. And it's like that sculpture of the like it's supposed to be a woman, I guess, the fertility idol. The giant breasts and hips and everything.
Oh, yeah.
But it's also got like a Disney cat's face on it.
I would love if like time travel were ever invented and like it was, you know, instead of being abused like in every movie with a time machine ever, it was actually used for the good of science and history. Mm-hmm. I want them to go back to the time where like those fertility idols were made. And then they go back and they discover it's just some weirdo jerking off in his basement, and all of his caveman neighbors are like, "Oh, don't go to Henry house. He fucking weird. He do inflation art. Me not know what that is."
Ye old breast expansion pornography.
Oh god!
You go down there, the full cave art, like the what's left over is just like what hasn't been washed off by time. But like you see the original thing, and it's like Inception, and it's just like really, really unwelcome Rule 34 from like Arthur or something you really fucking don't want to see. It's just like, oh god.
You go far enough into the cave and you see this cave painting of Miko Hatsune being fed so much cake she throws up.
Oh no!
Oh my god!
Especially because she's virtual.
There's virtual vomit.
That's horrifying.
Virtual vomit.
That's horrifying, and I know, much like the tortured agonies of bitter veteran Goofy, which all come from like accounts of atrocities that I've read on my own because that's the rabbit hole shit I am interested in.
That's your down the rabbit hole.
I know that the situation you described is something you've seen down one of your respective filth holes.
I've gazed into the abyss.
And the abyss gazes back.
I know. I hate it.
Your attitude has always been, that's awful. Let's learn more about it.
Yeah.
Or that's awful. Let's see how awful this gets.
Yeah, and then I have gone too far before.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, I want to watch this now. Time to backpedal a whole bunch.
Ugh. Can you believe that? Could you imagine if they did it with two dudes? Wouldn't that be weird?
Just search for it.
Just search for it. Let's see. Thank you, Family Guy, for our 185th stolen joke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I went off on a diatribe about this one time. I don't remember who I was talking to. I was probably drunk at some party like 10 years ago. But I was talking about how, like, for better or for worse, it's impossible for our entire generation of comics to claim that we weren't influenced by Family Guy.
Yeah.
Like, in one form or another. Whether you, like... I mean... It is like early.
By the way, extreme fucking faith in us to refer to us as comics.
Yeah.
First and foremost,
Danny,
we're joke simulators.
Danny Sexbang said, "If you dream it, you are it," or whatever inspirational thing he said at the time, where he's like, "I try to do this thing." No, you are that thing, man.
Aww.
And it was some much more inspirational way that he put it in a Game Grumps episode a million years ago, but I always took it to heart.
Oh.
I guess I've been watching too much internet critique videos lately. I'm just like, sometimes you should give up.
Yeah.
And when it's watching shitty movies, that hits you strongest.
Yeah.
You're like, what is it they said on Mystery Science Theater? There are some situations where a parent really should kill the dreams of their children. But okay, comedians, comics, not influenced by Family Guy.
Yeah, it's just like on some level, some way they framed jokes got to you and was memorable and stuck with you, even if you hated Family Guy or like the much more realistic, sequence of events is in 8th grade, you thought it was the funniest goddamn thing you'd ever seen.
Yeah.
And then as you get older, you're like, oh, parts of that aren't cool. And then you're like, wow, all of that is dumb. I still maintain that a lot of early season Family Guy, like the first couple seasons, are objectively funny.
Yeah.
They're really funny. And then it just like...
Well, it's because they're like more entrenched in like shtick,
Yeah.
I guess you could call it. Like it seemed more... like a show where people like cared about what they were doing instead of a show where they're like, please cancel us, God help.
Which is where they are now.
We're phoning it in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a bit from early Family Guy that I always think about where it's like their first Christmas special, and the whole time Peter's trying to watch Kiss Save Santa.
Oh
Yeah,
my God!
yeah, yeah.
I remember.
Stupid pterodactyl.
I remember Kiss Save Santa like the other day.
But-
Everyone knows pterodactyls can't stand the screech of a guitar.
But at the end, he keeps trying to watch it, and he keeps just seeing snippets of it, and then when it's over, he's like, "Oh man, it's over!" And then that's what that impression was. Oh man, it's over!
Oh man, it's over.
Sounds exactly like it, man.
Yeah, I'm truly the impersonator here, not
funny.
Taylor. I'm the good impression girl. But he's like, "Oh man, it's over." And Lois is like, "Oh, you can watch it next year, Peter." And he's like, "Who the hell knows when that's going to be?" Oh no, she phrased it, "You can watch it next Christmas."
Yeah.
Who the hell knows when that's going to be?
Still one of my favorite Family Guy jokes. Family Guy jokes.
That's my favorite joke from the Family Guy.
To this day, and I fucking love it, and nobody can tell me it's not funny, is the quick flash of, oh my God, Brian, there's a message in my alphabets. It says, ooh. Peter, those are Cheerios. They're fucking so funny. I fucking love it.
Seth MacFarlane loved it too, because he used that
it
joke
twice.
in like every, what was it, like
Life with Larry?
Life with Larry
Yeah.
pitch, because that's how Family Guy started.
Yeah.
If you were a couch potato like your entire life, like me, you probably actually saw Life with Larry on Cartoon Network.
I did. That's exactly where I saw it. It was like in the summer when they put weird shit on TV all day because they
What
ran
a
out of good
cartoon
stuff.
where they showed all their failed pitches.
That one. Yeah.
Well, it was when it reached syndication and they did reruns. That was when they were failed pitches. But when the show first started, that was their way of getting like feedback.
Yeah.
That was their way of getting like, what should we turn into a show? And they checked the Nielsen ratings for like what episodes did the best and shit like that.
Yeah.
On the What a Cartoon Show, and they're like, oh, guess people want Powerpuff Girls and Dexter's Lab. Here you go.
You were gonna say.
No, it's go.
No, I was just gonna say that
Go, be right.
my favorite Family Guy joke. And I cringe even saying those words.
Can we need to call this episode My Favorite Family Guy Joke.
No one will watch it. No one will either. Well, two things will happen. No one will watch it, and it will show up in everybody's suggested videos.
And then you Photoshop a picture of B-Rye's grumpy face from a couple episodes back, Photoshop it on top of Peter Griffin's head.
Please do not do that.
I don't know. The audience will know whether or not I did that. It's all up to me. You won't be here to stop me.
No, I won't. I can never stop you. I've never been able to. No, but what I was going to say was my stupid favorite Family Guy joke that never fails to make me laugh. It's the goddamn Peter copter. It's so stupid. It's so stupid, and it kills me every fucking time.
Get inside! Peter, what the hell? Joe, get inside! The blades are still spinning!
Just carving up the yard. I think it's because...
Well, it's good visual humor.
It's good visual humor. You don't expect a stupid, like, novelty helicopter to behave with real-world physics.
Yeah.
And one thing I found out about myself is that out-of-control things make me lose my mind.
Oh, that explains why you like a lot of the late-season Mystery Science Theater host segments.
Yeah.
It's because pretty much like 90% of those are...
Shit goes out of
set
control.
up something silly, have it devolve into chaos.
Yeah, and anytime anything like goes wildly out of control, like watching old like 90s, because we were alive back then, like back
But
when,
not now.
No, now we're dead inside.
Oh gosh.
What we are now cannot truly be called alive.
Oh my goodness.
I suppose.
But this was back when like Bob Saget was the host of Funniest Home Videos.
Yeah.
Like when that was like currently airing.
Yeah.
My family would watch that a lot.
I love that.
And anytime there was some shit where like a lawnmower got out of somebody's control or anything goofy like that, it killed me. It just destroyed me, and it's still funny. It's even better than all the dad getting hit in the nuts video, which there was at least 4 of those an episode.
Hans Moleman presents Man Getting Hit by Football.
That I also remember when that episode aired, and when I was about 6 or 7, and I had been hitting the balls with a football like relatively recently, and I laughed really hard at that joke because I knew how bad it hurt.
It's empathy hilarity.
Yes.
You
It's funny
felt his
because I have
pain and
experienced it.
giggled.
It's funny because I have experienced exactly, Ada. Wow, fuck. We were talking about something a few minutes ago, and
You mentioned dreams. I'm reminded of a very vivid, strange dream I had last night.
you know what? Why don't you go ahead and lay it on us? Because everyone knows the thing I was going to remember would not be funny or cool or good, and I'm not being like facetious or sarcastic and shitty here. I'm completely serious. Please save us, Taylor.
So when I have dreams, normally like I will come under the realization that I am in a dream,
Lucid dreaming.
but I can't control anything, so it sucks. So it's like lucid dreaming, but not good. It's lucid dreaming, but shitty. So, there's that. But, like, today, it was like an uncontrollable, super vivid dream of me discovering a video on YouTube where the Red Letter Media Gang was mourning the death of Mike. He died from COVID.
Oh my god!
And it was played super straight, and like it was awful. And then like in the dream, I'm like, what? And like checking on Google and seeing like Mike Stacklasa dead November 24th. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And I wake up and I'm like, oh my god, Mike Stacklasa's dead. And then I go on fucking YouTube and
you had to fact check yourself?
No, they literally released a video today.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, oh no! And then I checked it. No, Mike's alive. He's fine.
Okay, good.
They're all fine. Jay's hair is getting really long because of COVID. It's fine.
Just like mine.
Yeah. And yeah, it's just I've never. Why then? Why at that moment, that time, with that subject matter is my dream actually vivid and uncontrollable for once?
To bring it full circle back to the stupid Peter copter. Oh boy, that was scary.
It was. I don't want Mike Stacklasa to die. He's fun. He's a really funny guy.
I had a super vivid body horror dreams over the weekend.
Oh my god.
I dreamed that the backs of my hands had like holes in them.
Ew.
And I could like blow in the holes and like flute music would happen.
Well, that went from gross to funny very quickly.
Then I dreamed that like one of my entire big toenails just ripped right off. I didn't even feel it.
Oh.
It just like came off.
Well, at least you didn't feel
That's
it.
leprosy for you.
Yep.
Taylor, at about 4 a.m.,
Uh-huh.
I was like walking back from the bathroom, and I heard you in your room go, "Happy Halloween."
What? No.
That's funny.
What? No.
Yeah, you said that.
I said that?
Yeah, it was your voice go, "Happy Halloween." Oh, that's funny.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not kidding you.
I can assure you I have no memory of saying
It's
that.
certainly on brand for a thing for him to say in his sleep.
Oh my god.
At 4 a.m.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ, that's fucked up.
It's much better than the things Alyssa says while she's asleep.
She goes, I never loved you, B. Rye.
No. She just says scary
She goes,
shit.
I'm going to throw Pumpkin out the window and blame B. Rye for it.
No! My boy!
I can see that they don't have faces.
Yeah, she says shit like that.
Yeah.
I can see them, they don't have faces. She'll just say that out of fucking nowhere while she's asleep. And I'm like, great! Great!
That's a pretty spooky creepypasta.
Yeah.
It has no face. I like that one. It's pretty good. Highly recommend Nature's Temper's reading of it. Boom, boom. There's the plug.
Nature's Temper, it has no face. I'm going to listen to that when I get
It's
home.
good. At least when I heard it, it was good. But like my tastes in creepypastas have changed a little bit over the years. I have a bit more of a refined palate. And, I kind of like have no patience for certain creepypastas anymore. I'm just like,
It has a grin wider than a person's grin should be, and limbs that are unnaturally long, and
like,
photorealistic blood.
Yeah, like I mean, well, I can smell one of those,
Yeah,
Ada. I can
yeah.
smell one of those a mile away, and luckily most of the people who read these stories online on the YouTubes
avoid them as well.
yeah, they can smell it a mile away too.
Quality control.
Yeah, they avoid it.
They can smell the photorealistic blood.
Yes, they can smell the photorealistic.
What's the photorealistic blood from?
Sonic.exe.
Yeah, it's just something that happens a lot where it's like a video game.
Oh yeah, Haunted Cartridge, that whole like Ben Drowned. The first and only good one was Ben Drowned, and it exhausted the surprise of the entire genre. And it's like, wow, okay. And like Ben
Yeah,
Drowned
because
was
back
only
then it was more of a spooky what if instead of just like,
this
it's one of
totally
these.
this totally happened to me, guys. I got a haunted cartridge. It's Pokemon Black,
Pokemon Black, it's spooky.
which doesn't work anymore because there is a Pokemon Black.
Ben Drowned was also scary because it was an actual ongoing thing. That was back when creepypastas were like ongoing posts on the various forums, on the 4chan before it was
Did you ever
ruined.
check out that one I recommended on our Halloween episode, Mr. Rye?
Which one was it?
The one where they go to the house in the Colorado mountains.
I forgot to check out that one.
And his wife starts doing weird shit.
Yeah, starts turning into Until Dawn.
Kind of. It's very spooky and personal. Highly recommend it. You should see it, read it.
I forgot to check that one out, and I meant to.
It's a pretty good one.
What's it called? It Follows?
It's called It Follows. Yeah. Ada, play 2 seconds of the It Follows theme. Oh, man, that's spooky scary.
Every time I try to summon a song that's spooky in my head, or even like 2 seconds of it just now, it's always the Gremlins song. Always. It is always the Gremlins song.
For me, it's always the Goosebumps opening.
How did that go? I don't remember that. Maybe I didn't watch it.
Watch your beware, you're
So,
in for a scare.
It's Stolen Tongues.
Stolen
is
Tongues.
the name of the story.
Ooh.
Based off of the No Sleep stories, my romantic cabin getaway with my fiance isn't exactly going as planned. Which, by the way, highlights what I like to call the creepypasta plague, which is the most current one. Is all of the fucking titles of creepypastas these days are the fucking same.
Yeah.
Like, they follow the same pattern, and it's really obnoxious.
Yeah.
Because, like, back in the day, you had shit like The Showers, The Crawlers, Cindy, things very simple.
Yeah.
And now it's like, I went to Taco Bell at 2 a.m. What I found will make me never want to go to Taco Bell at 2 a.m. ever again.
Exactly that. Or it's like, my new job has weird set of rules.
Yes!
It's always that shit.
Oh my god.
My new school has a weird set of rules.
My new school principal looked kind of funny. You won't believe what happened next. Number 9 will make you shit your pants.
Welcome to the BuzzFeed of creepypasta.
Yeah.
The first rule of my new school is don't wipe your dick on the school upholstery. And I was like, what?
Where else am I gonna wipe my cummy dick?
Photorealistic cum drizzle from yeah, like it's I that's why I kind of like finding a good creepypasta like No Sleep story, just because when you do, it's like finding a diamond in the rough. And like, I mean, I got nothing better to do when I'm working on stuff, so
Yeah.
I'll pop a few on and listen, and most of the time I'm like, that was all right.
Yeah.
And then some of the time I'm like, Jesus Christ, this sucked. It's a shitty story. And then every so often there's that beautiful little tale where I'm like, ooh, that resonated quite well with me. I like that. That was a good one. So, it's kind of a scavenger hunt.
It is.
And you don't know what you're looking for until you find it. But then when you find it, you find yourself enriched with spoopies. So at least there's that.
I went off on a interesting train of thought yesterday.
Just now when Taylor was talking, so you didn't have to hear him.
Talking about. So as all of you know, I used to do a lot of animation stuff, and it's all been on YouTube. And
Used to be anime girl.
And Eternal Saturday was one of my films, and that's the only one that really got like a lot of like viral air quotes attention. But a lot of them have been seen. And I'm like, what if somebody that like some like prominent internet personality saw this and was like, oh, that's funny, but then like didn't share it or anything or talk about it. Like they just saw that. What made me think about it is that I did a animation where one of the things that happens in it is that a lizard makes a robot body for a ghost, which is exactly what Alphys and Metaton's story is.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
Holy shit.
So I'm like, okay, Toby Fox, you watching my Till Soak Patatai 3? Or no, it's 4. You watching my cartoons? Steal my ideas?
We're gonna get that Toby Fox money any day now.
Maybe owe us a little bit of royalties. Maybe uncopyright strike our Undertale playthrough. One episode got copyright struck for having Undertale music in it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's really fucking stupid.
It's so weird.
That's what they're trying to. He wants He wants us to get off his trail, Ada.
Yeah, he's like, oh shit, she's on to me. Oh shit, she's coming. She's 1 degree less removed from me now. So I know people that know him. Oh god.
It was weird because like an ancient animation of yours was just something I like to watch on Newgrounds all the time, and it'd be super weird to go back and tell like 14-year-old B-Rai, the person who made that's going to be in your wedding. Like that'd be, I would like, what?
I had another kind of moment like that when I was at Amazon years ago. I was talking to some random person I was working with and said I was an animator. He's like, oh yeah, me too. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'll show you some of my stuff. And he had like admin controls on some of the computers there. So we just looked up Eternal Saturday and he's like, this is familiar. I've seen this before.
Well, that was another thing that was doubly weird about the collab you were a part of that I used to watch all the time. Was that one of the other people who animated a segment in that collab? It was I'm sure we mentioned it before.
Oh yes, the Space Ogre guy, and he went to school with you.
And he was in my Flash class.
Yeah,
it was like another one of the people in that thing. And the guy who had the Space Shrek as his character.
Yeah.
Space Shrek.
That's what he was.
It was space. It's called Space Ogre.
Star Ogre.
Star Ogre. Okay.
That was his character.
The precursor to Star Bomb. The one that ironically bombed.
No.
It was just like a frequent character that he did little animations of, and he was the best person in our Flash class.
Yeah.
I knew a guy in high school. He made funny Flash cartoons, but then he posted them on DeviantArt, and then he got rid of that DeviantArt account. And then he went to college and met a bunch of people who were cooler than him. And then he became a graphic designer.
Was his name Slash Pizza?
His name was Slash Pizza, and his name was me, Austin.
That's the scariest creepypasta I ever heard.
I know. The mediocrity. Oh, such fucking spoopy, dude.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking spooked out. There was hyper-realistic mediocrity everywhere.
The scariest thing in life is a boring one.
Take that to heart, kids. Don't live as I did. Exercise every so often. Do a couple push-ups. All right, folks. Look out. This is it. We're dropping the bomb. The Star Ogre bomb. 1, 2, 3. Here it goes.
Now even you know I am a menace. I hand you the secrets to save the entire human race and the entire universe.
All right.
I wonder if Shuby still does that shit.
Shuby?
His name's Shuby?
That was his name, John Shuby.